Here are a list of things that make me anxious. Phone calls, parties, school and homework, and basically any unfamiliar situation. Hi, my name is Kayla Clark. I'm 18 years old and I have an anxiety disorder. I've also been performing for 12 years. I found out I had an anxiety disorder freshman year of high school, and I've been singing and acting since I was 5. Something I want you to realize is that performing and anxiety are completely different realms. And anxiety is different for everyone. My disorder is called Generalized Anxiety Disorder, or GAD, and it affects 6.8 million Americans over the age of 18, or 3.1% of the population. Many people with GAD also have social anxiety, panic disorder, depression, or OCD. What a lot of people don't realize is that there's a difference between anxiety and stress. Stress often has a reason. For example, you could be stressed about going to the dentist tomorrow. Anxiety, however, often doesn't have a reason. If it does have a reason, your reaction is often amplified by the anxiety. For example, you could not go to the dentist for 20 years because it makes you anxious. My anxiety stems from the unknown or the future, along with certain situations that I outlined earlier. My anxiety is ingrained in me. It took me so long to figure out I had it because the anxious feelings I were having every day, I thought they were normal because I was having them every day. Now, people find it hard to believe that I have this disorder because I also perform. People will ask me questions such as, how can you sing in front of hundreds of people but not make a phone call? And don't you get stage fright? Isn't that the same thing as anxiety? But something they don't realize is that performing doesn't make me anxious. Performing makes me feel straightforward and certain, and a lot of the things that make me anxious aren't straightforward or certain. I'm also not me when I'm performing. I'm portraying a character. I'm singing a song that somebody else wrote. A lot of the things that make me anxious have to do with the possibility of people judging me or looking at me in a different light. When I'm performing, I'm not me. To answer an earlier question, stage fright and anxiety are completely different. Stage fright is like stress because it has a reason. And like I said earlier, anxiety usually doesn't have a reason or it's amplified. Now, there's a certainty in performing that is comforting to me. I know how things are supposed to go. I've been practicing these songs every day in the car, in the shower, at voice lessons, and I've been working on my lines every day after school. Now, when things start to not be certain when it comes to performing, then I get a little anxious. For example, if there's one line that I'm not sure about or one phrase in a song, then I start to obsess. I'll write that line or that phrase over and over again instead of doing my homework. Now, something that I think that is important is to challenge my anxiety. And I've done this by joining the improv team at school. Now, this is an example of how my realms of anxiety and performing have overlapped. I'm still working on getting out there and performing with my team. I prefer to MC. It makes me a little less anxious. Now, what I want everyone to take away from this is that anyone can have anxiety, and anyone's anxiety is legitimate. People often don't believe me or don't take me seriously because I perform, but anxiety attacks and anxiety episodes are completely different from anything else in the world. I'm using performing as an example to show that literally anyone in any profession with any hobby can have this disorder. For example, Abraham Lincoln, Johnny Depp, Adele, Emma Stone, Isaac Newton, just to name a few. Open your minds, open your hearts, and don't be so quick to judge. Thank you.